spotted today. More saffron flowers. Very exciting. Okay, so here at the base of this magnificent Nuttall oak tree, it's the biggest tree on the property now, and it's right at the back of the house. I planted the first fall that we were here, so that would be, I think, fall 2020. I discovered that you could grow saffron, and it was actually this magical, beautiful purple flower. A lot of ornamental gardeners will recognize it because it's crocus. And actually this is food growing. In fact, this is saffron, of course. You make saffron rice. In Spain, you can make paella. It flavors a lot of rice dishes, but it's used in soups. It's a very, very expensive and very coveted seasoning. I don't know if you could classify it as an herb, but it is so cool to be able to grow it here. Some of the flowers have been opening already, and I have in front of me my little plate that I've been collecting them on. So these are the saffron, I don't even know what to call them, stamens. But basically when the flower, let me get close up on one of these guys. Oh my gosh, there's so much to harvest here. So when the flower first opens, they actually come up as these little kind of sprigs of grass right here. And then they make this beautiful little bud, which you can kind of see here. This is like one that's ready to open for us. And then they open to these wonderful little delicate flowers. And ornamental crocus, they come in kind of a rainbow of colors, and they're really quite spectacular. They don't produce the saffron, but these purple flowers, they do. And the saffron is actually right in, let's see if I can get up on it, right in, it's hard to video and do this at the same time. Yeah, so these precious little threads here, this is the saffron, and you put it, let's see if we can get it to focus here. You put it somewhere that it can dry and it stores. And this is what all the fuss is about. And it's a perennial here in Zone 7B. This little patch that I have right here actually was planted in 2020. I didn't get anything. I thought they were dead, actually. I didn't get anything in 2021. And here we are in 2022. And I literally just looked out my window here. And I have actually panning up around here, these big windows here are the sunroom, and this is where I wake up every morning and thank God I'm alive. Thank God that I have this farm, or Allah, or the Buddha, or whoever. And one day, I want to say like a week ago, I was staring out this window at this tree because obviously, I mean, this vista is pretty magnificent. And I happened to kind of look down at the ground, and I was thinking, oh yeah, there's some weeds here, and I need to cultivate or do something about that so that I don't get poison ivy growing up the trunk, which happens. And I just looked down and I was like, oh my gosh, is that my saffron? Is it coming back? Like, it's back. The saffron is back. Oh my gosh. And so, I mean, here it is in all its glory, and it looks magnificent. I mean, I think the harvest that I kind of already have in this plate is probably the equivalent to what I had that first year in 2020, because I ordered these from Eden Brothers, and I want to say that they came in like September or maybe like late August or something like that. And I put them in the ground, and then I think they bloomed and gave me saffron in like late November. So this is actually way earlier than I remember having them before. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I think maybe I did something wrong. And I had to Google saffron and when its harvest time is, because I was just like, oh my gosh, surely as a newbie gardener, I've done something horribly wrong with this saffron, and it's like prematurely flowering and it's gonna die and I'm gonna kill it. But actually, this is the time of year that it flowers, because I thought for sure that it was going to be one of those spring flowering crops, and it's not. So this is pretty fantastic. I'm super excited about it. And so yeah, I'm gonna comb through these flowers, and I am gonna see how much more saffron I can get. So here we go. Oh, this is a little bit older flower here. You can see that this is kind of like the petals aren't as fresh looking, and the saffron is actually kind of like drooping and like dangling down here. It's still good. I'm still definitely gonna harvest it. I mean, because this stuff is basically like harvesting gold. And the fact that, I mean, you can grow it here in your backyard, you literally just throw it in the ground and it comes back year after year. And, oh, okay, not a petal. I don't want that. And then it comes back year after year. I mean, that just seems like the most magnificent gift. I mean, I think last I checked, looking what saffron is worth, people were talking about it being, oh, no, not that. People were talking about it being more expensive. Oh no, don't waste it. Okay, I got it. More expensive than gold. And I mean, this is, you want to talk about saving money and putting food on the table. I mean, this is, I mean, you're literally growing gold. Something more expensive than gold. And so I just think that this is the greatest thing that you can do. And honestly, it is so pretty. I mean, these delicate, beautiful flowers, I can definitely see why people would want to hybridize this flower and want to have different colors and different cultivars of it. I mean, it's breathtaking all on its own. It's blooming in a time of year when a lot of things are tired, a lot of things are going to sleep. And yeah, it's going to give you beauty. It's going to give you food. I can't say enough good things about it. And actually, I was really disappointed last year when I didn't get any, because I just had the absolute best time thinking about how much money I saved. And of course, absolutely love paella. And that I wasn't going to have to buy any saffron, because that's the most expensive part. Aside from, well, I guess it depends on how much money you fork out for seafood. Depends on what you put in it. Oh yeah, so here's like another older flower. You can see that this is looking like a little bit droopy. Let's get it to focus there. Looking a bit droopy, but I mean, edible for sure. Yeah, so if you buy this online, it's Crocus sativus, and that is the saffron producing crocus. I think in the end I'm gonna probably have to comb through this and make sure that I only got saffron, not anything else. And they actually, each flower, let's move on to some different ones. I gotta stand up and move up here, further up on the patch. Actually, each flower only produces 3 stamens. I'm gonna call them stamens until somebody corrects me. Yeah, so it's definitely very precious, this saffron here. Oh yeah, this is an older one. I thought I came through and I got every one of these. Apparently not. Okay. All right. Yeah, so you can see 3. So there's 2 right here, close together, and then 1 off to the side here. You just pull them like that. I'm putting them on my harvest plate. And so, looking at it now, I would say that I probably have double what I had before. So I'm definitely a happy camper. And it actually looks like, you know, there are some more buds on the way. So that is, you know, very exciting. And yeah, so that's my saffron harvest. There you go.